come with me. Share it with me. Share my wildlife with me. Because humans want to save things that they love. My job, my mission, the reason I've been put onto this planet is to save wildlife. And I thank you for coming with me. Yeah, let's get it.
Wildlife Warriors.
G'day and welcome to Wildlife Warriors! Today is a celebration of wildlife and conservation, and it's thanks to Steve's dream we bring animals to you from all around the world. These marvels flying over our heads are macaws. Native to Central and South America, these colourful characters are pretty hard to miss, both in sight and sound. There are 17 different species of macaw, ranging from the size of a small parrot up to the hyacinth, which can grow over 1 metre long. And they all have unique personalities and looks. Those feather lines on their faces are just like our fingerprints, meaning they're unmatchable to any other. Unfortunately, it is because of this beauty, people will steal them from their forest homes and they'll sell them as pets. But make no mistake, it is all of you that can keep these amazing birds flying free, and that is by always saying no to the illegal wildlife trade. And trust us folks, you do not want a pet bird that lives to be 100 years old, but will forever remain as hyperactive as a 5-year-old child. Alright Jen, let's take this from feathers to scales. Ooh, some of you may think of our next guests as friends, while others may think of them as foes. But here at Australia Zoo, we believe snakes are just very misunderstood. Exactly right. Now check out the snakes coming around the Crocodile. You'll notice there is the non-venomous variety, and they're feeling really comfortable around people. Now that is because they've grown up right here at Australia Zoo. That's right, but if a wild snake is feeling cornered or threatened, the only thing it can do to protect itself is to bite. So it makes sense most people tend to be bitten when they try to catch or kill a snake. Now, Australia, we are so lucky as we are home to more species of venomous snake than non-venomous. And you are all in for a treat today, as we have Carl in this bucket, and he is the most venomous snake that we showcase here in our Crocodile. Handling a snake-like calf takes years of training and exceptional skill. So I have to emphasize, do not try this at home. Jen is a trained professional and we want to show you how amazing these snakes really are. Jen, what are you doing? Where is Carl? I put him in there myself, Helen. There was no way he could get out. Jen, there's a hole in the bucket. Promise a hole. Hey girls, watch your face. Girls, look what I just found on the back. Isn't he beautiful? Daisy, what are you doing? You shouldn't handle wild snakes.
Oh please, this is a lovely non-venomous snake.
Daisy, no. That's Carl, the most venomous snake in the entire Crocodile.
This is Carl. No? Okay. Righto. Okay, he's angry. Oh, he bit me! He bit me! No! Oh.
Well, that was a bit dramatic. Now everyone remain calm. The first aid for an Australian snake bite is easy and effective. Follow these simple rules and you might even save someone's life. Now the first thing to remember is to remain calm. Keep still and don't panic. The more you move around, the more that venom will circulate through your body. Perfect, Jen. You want to grab her feet? Oh, Daisy, what have you been eating? On the stretcher. What? Jen, what are you doing? No, that is not what I meant. Well, it's pretty clear that we love our snakes here at Australia Zoo, but considering Jen is no help today, we should probably get a little bit more serious and we should call for some backup. Now, thanks to Luca, I have exactly what I need, which is a compression bandage. But if you don't have a bandage or a bird, any piece of clothing or even a belt will do the trick. Now for everyone sitting on this side of me, check out that big screen for a better view. Now to help Daisy, we need to locate that bite site and we need to wrap it 3 to 4 times before covering the entire limb. You You don't want to wrap it so tight that you cut off the circulation. Just use the same amount of pressure you would on a sprained ankle or a wrist. And once your patient is all bandaged up, that's what we call the ambulance. Make sure they remain still and calm until it arrives, and always let that help come to you.
Daisy, Taylor, we should have taken a close look at Carl because he's just a rubber snake. You're going to be just fine, but I think we should get out of here so Crystal can take you all to the wetlands.
Our Australian wetlands, they're home to a large diversity of birds. Now, as some will walk through the water in search of their prey. Ladies and gentlemen, I would love to introduce Douglas, our jabiru, commonly known as a black-necked stork. Now, as he did enter the crocodile, you would have seen he used those long, beautiful wings and chattering off his beak to communicate, as he doesn't have a voice box, just like we do. Now, check him out as he does make his way through the water. He'll use those long, beautiful legs and stealth-like precision to hunt for his prey. Now, once he does find something, he'll use that beak to stab out and grab it. Now, he can take down anything from fish, crustaceans, eels, and sometimes juvenile crocodiles. Now, whilst there are some birds that like to wade through the water, there are some that like to dive beneath it. And that's exactly how our cormorants catch their aquatic meals. Now, Albert, he's the larger of the two, and he's what's known as a greater cormorant. Whereas Scuba, the smaller of the two, you'll notice that she does have that beautiful two-tone coloration, and she's what's known as a little pied cormorant. And as you can see, they're both perfectly designed for life in the water, as they do lack that water-resistant coating on their feathers that many other birds do have. Now, whilst this is great for life under the water, well, a bird, they just cannot take to the skies with web feathers. Now, that's why you see our cormorants lining the riverbanks throughout Australia with their wings outstretched, just as if they're hanging themselves out to dry. Now, the waterbirds you've seen so far, they do rely heavily on our waterways for their survival. Now, that's why it's so important that we play our part to keep our waterways clear and clean of rubbish, ensuring future generations to come. Now, you're one very lucky audience, as we're about to introduce the most interactive bird right here into the crocodile, and I'm sure they're very excited. I would love to introduce Melanie to take it away.
Thanks, Crystal. G'day, everyone. This is my mate, Yulai, and he's a very handsome red-tailed black cockatoo. Now, not only has Yulai here been trained to fly from point to point, he's also been trained to fly from person to person. But to demonstrate this one today, I think we might need the help of an adult volunteer in this crocodile. So, who here wants to meet Yulai face to face? I know there's 5,000 of you. Let's get rowdy. Who wants to meet this bird? Yeah, that's all I get. I have found my person because you're literally jumping for joy. You've got a crikey shirt on and everything, so stay where you are. Where you are is perfect. Stand up for me, and then just reach into your wallet and pull me out a $5 note. Yeah, I can hear a few people laughing, but we do actually need this note. You see, Yulai doesn't know this person, so we've trained him to fly to a common everyday object, which just so happens to be a $5 note. How did you go? Did you find one? Oh, awesome. Can you fold that note in half for me, please? And then in half one more time, like a little rectangle. Now place it nice and loosely between two fingers for me and straight out to the side. Awesome. Now Yulai, he should see this note and know exactly who to fly to. No? Ah, there is a plane in the sky. That looks like a giant bird of prey, if you guys can see that up there, so Yulai's just a little bit cautious, but we're gonna try again. Yulai, honey? Oh, okay. This is why they say don't work with kids and animals, am I right? Yeah, I know, I'm hilarious. Okay, let's try again. Yulai, see that honey up there? Remember how I said we were gonna get a coffee and lunch together later? Well, this nice lady here, she's volunteered to pay for that. Isn't that nice? Alright, looks like the plane has gone, so let's see if we can try it one more time, and then I'm done embarrassing myself. Yulai, all of these people here want to see you do an amazing trick today. Hello, can you go hide your nose? Okay, good. What about get the money?
Well, looks like Yuli's got other plans for today's show. But thank you so much for being my volunteer today. This is Yuli, our very cheeky red-tailed black cockatoo.
Oh, better luck next time, Yuli. Lucky you too. Now it's time to meet some of Yuli's best mates.
Check out some of our gorgeous native parrots. These cheeky birds are very social in the wild and all have a very distinct call. If you keep your eyes and ears open, you'll be lucky enough to see some of these beautiful birds flying around Australia.
But now I would love to introduce the speed demons of the bird world. Our rainbow red Colin Blackburn! Go, go, go! Now our alert is don't have to be fast to stand a chance in the wild. It's a part of the food item of the fastest animal on the planet, the peregrine falcon. Now all of our Australian natives, they do rely heavily on the bush for food and for shelter. So please remember, no bush, no birds.
Too true, Crystal. Now, worldwide habitat loss is still the #1 threat facing the survival of all our native wildlife.
So let's make a difference today. Whoever you are, wherever you live, grow a native plant in your backyard and sooner or later you'll have gorgeous native wildlife living at your place.
Well, please, put your hands together for Crystal and our incredible Australia Zoo 3 Blackbirds!